All right, everyone, settle down, settle down. We're about to get started on the game talk. Y'all, these guys are ravenous for some content. What does that sign say? It's will Keith the romance option in the inevitable Tank Media Games RPG? Maybe. We're working on it. All right, let's see. Keith, there's like a timer. Text from, this is weird. I've never registered this contact. It says text from Reapers. What? They say, last game talk ran a bit long. Try to shoot for under 40 minutes or face erasure. I think we can do it. I think we're good.
Hello everyone, welcome to another rockin' good time called Game Talks. My name's Keith.
My name is Will.
Every time I start with rip and I don't know where to go.
Mm-hmm. You've done rip roaring a few times. It's weird. I think my ESP kicked in there because I was like, he's about to say rip roaring, and you did it. So okay. Sometimes I'm convinced I have ESP.
The last time we recorded, I remember I wanted to do it, but I stopped myself. I didn't have the willpower today.
Maybe that'll become like a slogan or something.
Absolutely.
What are we here doing today, Keith?
Will, literally, we are game talking.
Mm-hmm. We've been on a roll with these lately.
We've been here.
Got into a groove.
To talk about games. We've been here to talk. We're here. I was watching myself in the monitor with my hands. But we are here to talk about the games that we have been playing. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, folks at home, it has been a good fall already.
Dude, it has.
And it has been a doozy of a week for me as far as video games are concerned. It has been a wonderful, wonderful time. Will, do you agree?
I do agree, Keith. I cannot imagine. Y'all got to feel bad for this man. He has Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild fresh. Maybe got about 2% done in that world. Just
not even. Open. Probably 1.5.
Yeah, maybe. I was being generous. Mm-hmm. And he's also got Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh.
How do you choose between the two, Keith?
It's like being stabbed with delicious popsicles.
Yeah.
It hurts, but it tastes so good.
Yeah. Someone's like shoving a sword down your throat, but it tastes like a candy apple.
Absolutely.
Something like that.
A candy apple, of all things to choose.
Dude, it's the fair season, man.
Yeah, it is. Fair season. Yeah. Fair season.
I had to get me one of them before fair. Is the fair still gone?
The state fair is gone. You got to head down to Charleston. Oh, Oberg's already been gone.
Oberg's gone? Dang.
You got to head down to the coastal fair. But let's talk about games. Let's not talk about the fair.
Yeah, let's talk about games. What are we doing?
Well, tell me about your games, and then I'll tell you about my game.
I guess I'm going first this time?
We'll join in on the last one.
Yeah, we'll join in. We'll join forces. Okay. Well, like Transformers style. Uh-huh. Do they ever merge into each other?
Transformers? I'm sure there's a precedent set in Dark Side of the Moon. I believe the movie, maybe. Dark of the Moon or something.
Yeah, that's what it was.
There's one with the pyramid, and they all jump. There's like 5 construction vehicles that form into a
okay,
that's movies, cool. But I mean, with toys, there's an absolute precedent for Transformers coming together.
Okay, well, that's really, what we're gonna do.
Like that, or a Megazord in Power Rangers.
It's too much for me, Keith.
Okay.
It's too much for me. So, what have I been playing? Well, about 2 weeks ago, about 2.5 weeks ago now, a game came out, Keith, and for me, this has been a game that's been lurking in the shadows ever since it came out in 2007.
Yeah.
I've heard about how good it is. I've heard about what a wonderful RPG it is. I've heard about how great the story is. I've heard about how great the music is, even the gameplay. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
You've heard a lot.
Yes. Actually, whenever it first came out, it was kind of hit and miss because the controls are a little wonky. But as time has gone on, it has gained a cult following. And it's just, like I said, been lurking in the shadows. I've been wanting to play it for a long time.
Okay.
Then the Switch version came out. And I did not do a whole lot of research before I purchased it, Keith. Come to find out, the original is a DS game, so you're using a stylus and stuff like that. I figured that this would be some kind of reworking. I mean, this is totally my fault for being ignorant and not looking into things right. Mm-hmm. I figured this would be a complete remake, and that they would make it function, that it would be kind of turning the DS game into a Switch game.
Yeah.
What they did is, several years ago, they turned the DS game into an iPad game. And then they put the iPad game on the Switch. So most of the controls are just tapping. If you're doing this, if you put it on a TV, it tries to simulate the pointer controls by using the motion controls. You do this, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't flat out does not work. So this was pretty much just an iPad game for me on my Switch. And you know what really sucks, Keith? You know what the knife in the gut is? The iOS version is about $17.99.
Yeah.
Dropped $49.99 on this girl.
Oh, $45?
$49.
$49?
Yeah, $50. And I
For
thought
a game that came out in 2007, Will?
Yeah, that's Square Enix for you, baby. And if I had known, Keith, if I had known that there was this iOS version, would have got that. Or I might have just bought the DS version, honestly. But yeah, Keith.
Well, there's not a lot you can tell me about this game that brings that'll bring that up for me.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking I was going to win you every week.
Okay.
I did not expect you to go out and buy it after this because it's a little bit of a weird game, Keith.
Yeah.
Especially that it's a DS game and they could have remade. I mean, I guess it's because the original didn't sell that well. I don't know too much of the story. It's kind of a cult hit. Yeah. But literally, it's just like the DS cutscenes. I mean, they've given the sprites, or they're not even sprites. They're just like character models, like 2D character models. The way most of the story is portrayed is two characters are standing here. Every other line that they say, maybe they'll change their pose a little bit. Yeah. There's no voice acting. It's pretty much like reading a comic book. And they didn't make it a Switch game, you know? Yeah. They kind of just kept it. They barely changed it. They just basically made it a one-screen experience as opposed to a two-screen experience for the iOS version. Didn't add any cutscenes, no more voice acting, stuff like that.
Well, have you mentioned the name of the game yet? I don't think you have. I don't know if
The world ends with you, everyone. It's the world ends with you.
I don't know if you were still building, but I know that this line of thought started with, let me tell you about a game from 2007. And I just don't know if you said the name.
I don't think I did, Keith. I think you're right. It's because we text about these things, so I forget to inform the audience of where we're going.
And I hate to stop. I didn't want to stop you, but I wanted to make sure the audience knew because I knew, but I wanted them to know.
Yeah, we don't have the box here or anything. Right. I'm all digital. Yeah. So. But yeah, the world ends with you. That's what we're talking about. Very astute viewers might have picked up on that. Right. People that are in the know. Like us. For all you scrubs out there, world ends with you. But yeah, Keith, the story, I mean, it was good. It's one of those things where kind of Lost style, it never fully explains everything. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and give spoilers for it's broken up into 3 acts pretty much, 3 weeks basically. And I'm going to give spoilers up to about the end of the first week. Okay. So maybe some people might want to tune out, maybe not. But basically, I'm just going to give you the setup of this game, which is that you wake up one day with no memory. Of course, there's always. Are you familiar with how that's pretty much a meme now? Amnesia in like anime stories or Japanese stories.
I'm familiar with the meme.
Yeah, they hit you with it a lot. Amnesia. Of course, you wake up, you can't remember anything. You come to find out that what you're in like a weird alternate version of. It takes place in Shibuya, Japan. Shibuya. Just like a big metropolis city, you know. And you're walking around and you're pretty much like a ghost. People can't see you except for a few people. You come to find out that you're actually dead and you're in this thing called the Reaper's game, which is you're here for a week. Every day you're going to get a text on your phone that gives you a mission. You got to complete it in this amount of time. Okay. And you come to find out you're dead. And yeah, if you complete this week, you have a chance of getting another shot at life. Okay. And it's kind of one of those things, Lost style. You know how Lost would drag you on for several seasons at a time. Like what are the others exactly? Yeah, never fully explains anything. It just left me hungry for more. Mm-hmm. And even once they kind of pulled a big reveal at the end, it was like, yeah, but that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Right. And I don't want to spoil everything, but I'm just saying if people wanted to play this game, it would be worth playing, but not at $20, not at $50. Yeah. Okay. Either go for the DS version or go for the. It's a really unique RPG though. Like there's the aesthetic is all about like it's very much about I forget what they call it, but in Japan, like some cultures in Japan are very glamorous. They're all about fashion, kind of like the Inklings in Splatoon. It gave me Splatoon vibes, just in that there's things like every area you go into, you check this thing, you check the trends, and it's like all your gear and stuff they all have brand names. Yeah. And if one brand is really popular and you wear it, it'll have certain effects for it. And then there's like one brand in every area that if you wear it, you get stuff taken down. Okay. So it gives you an incentive to want to like stay current and stay fashionable and stuff. And it kind of gets you into that mindset pretty well. But like I said, it's a DS game. They didn't do a whole lot to make it more extravagant, make it feel like a 2018 game. Okay. It's kind of like if you just want to look at the past, play a classic. Sure. But play it on your iPad, play it on your DS. Don't fall for the Square Enix tax like I did. They get you every time.
They'll get you.
They get me every time.
Nintendo has a reputation for that as well.
Yeah, that's true. I think they're publishing this game too, which is weird. I think Square Enix usually publishes their own games. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Nintendo's got a dog in this fight. So, what have you been playing, Keith?
Well, I was blessed by the folks over at Turtle Juice Games. They're
We made it.
Yeah, we made it. There's an indie studio. I think it's just a couple of guys making a game, but it was our first ever unsolicited Steam key for Tank Media Games. Yep. It was a big moment for me as the founder of this enterprise and as a person who plays the games every morning and puts them up for you to watch that not a lot of you do, but I do it for fun. and I do it so that you might join us. And having gone on for over a year now, it was really nice to have someone say, "Hey, we've seen your channel. We seem like this game would line up with your values or whatever, and give it a shot. Play it on your channel if you don't mind." And I was like, "Hey, you gave me a free game. I'm gonna play it."
Yeah.
The game comes out on November 7th. It's called Fluffy Horde. It is kind of like a real-time strategy, tower defense kind of game, which is not normally my bag. If you watch any of our stuff, you know that's not normally my bag. I'm not a big... I like to be doing the things. Even with turn-based combat, I struggle. I like to do the things as much as I can. But this game is pretty fun. So essentially, there's a horde of bunnies in each level that's coming to get you. And there's kind of puzzle elements because it's not always just kill all the bunnies. They're coming from the right side of the screen. They may be coming from the top, and there may be a barrier between you and the bunnies, and you're trying to protect someone in the middle, and you have to use a guy dressed as a carrot to lure the bunnies away to get them all in one spot so your knights can go get them. Or there might be catapults throwing the bunnies over your windmills that you have to protect, and you got to put them on each side, put knights and stuff on each side. There might be there's one with an island that the bunnies are breeding on, so they're just growing and growing and growing, and there's two trap doors that are drawbridges that you lower down. And so what I did was I lowered down one side of it, sent my knights in before all the bunnies could get out, and I closed it back so my knights were stuck in there with a ton of bunnies, and they just cleared them out.
Nice.
It's fun. I mean, it's something that I would really play. I'd play the crap out of it on a phone.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much it's going to cost. If you would like Fluffy Horde, go out there and consider it on Steam. I think it's just on Steam right now. Maybe you could probably get it on Mac too with Steam. But I don't think it's on any consoles.
Maybe our legions of fans can make it a phenomenon. Yeah. We'll get a Switch version one of these
exactly.
days.
Yeah. But it was fun. I really appreciate the guys sending me the key just because that was really nice of them to do. Sure. When we've got 80-something subscribers, there's no publicity they're getting from this video. But it was really nice of them to send, and we appreciate you out there, Turtle Juice. But Fluffy Horde, give it a try on November 7th when it comes out on Steam.
Nice. The only game like that I've ever played was a game called Pixel Junk Monsters, I believe. Yeah. On the PS3. You familiar with that game?
I've heard of it.
Pretty fun. Don't remember a whole lot about it, but yeah.
Fluffy Horde, I think, also intends to be kind of humorous. There's a
Does
character.
It succeed?
Huh?
Does it succeed?
It is reasonably humorous. There are a few comments that are made by the voice actors of the characters, and it's Will mentioned earlier when we were talking about it that he watched some of the video that I put up, and the voice acting can get repetitive. There's not a whole lot of things these characters say, but what they say is sometimes humorous, is bunny punned or whatever, rabbit, carrot punned. But I think it is a little bit repetitive, but I kind of expect that from this sort of game. And I thought what they said was fairly humorous.
Okay.
Also, the artwork, like the actual sprites that you fight against, are pretty silly. There's a character, like I said, in a bunny costume that lures the rabbits. There's a very weak girl in a bunny outfit, like a Halloween bunny outfit, and she's like taking selfies or whatever, and you're supposed to protect her. Like the bunnies are always after her and stuff. It's a fun game. It's I would say if it comes out for like $5, it'd be worth it. $5-10. It might be more than that, and I haven't played all the way through it. It may be way more than what I'm saying.
From what you've told me, it sounds even more deep and complex than Pixel Junk Monsters. It sounds pretty like there's a lot to it.
I was surprised by the puzzle elements that they give you the level.
That's cool.
They give you the level, the setup, and there's definitely a way to do it right. And there's 3 stars you can get for doing it correctly, different challenges and stuff. But that's what I found kind of interesting and different about it, is that there is a way to do these levels correctly, the way that they've designed it, and it's kind of puzzly. But I'm done with Fluffy Horde because this video is getting kind of long, and we got stuff to talk about.
I don't want to get erased.
Oh,
how long is it?
What was the number we're supposed to stay under?
We're gonna stay under 40.
Under 40? Oh yeah, then absolutely we'll stay
then
under
we're good.
40.
Okay, cool.
I would have to imagine.
Unless I just get completely swept up in emotions for this game.
I mean, what I'm saying is there's not a whole lot I can pull out of my butt for Fluffy Horde. I played it for a little while. I enjoyed it. You should go try it, and we really appreciate the guys for giving it to us. But I really would rather talk about what we're having to do next.
Okay. Yeah. But I got something to talk about first, Keith.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You do. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Please.
Got one more little thing, Keith.
Talk to us.
This is my first physical Xbox game because I did not buy it for myself, Keith.
Right.
I received it from my lovely father. Shout outs, Robin.
Robin.
Best beard in St. Matthews. People have said.
I've said that.
I'm getting there, but
Yeah.
But yeah, he, me and my dad, I talk more to my mom about my, childish pursuits that I have.
Yeah.
Like I get excited about a Pokemon trailer. I'll show my mom because we have that kind of relationship.
Sure.
I'm not going to show my dad a trailer for the new Pokemon game.
Yeah.
So the only game that he really remembers, I think, that I really like other than Pokemon is probably Call of Duty. Because I used to play a ton of Call of Duty up 10 years ago now at this point.
Yeah.
But so what I can only imagine is my dad's a bit of an insomniac. He was probably staying up one night, saw a commercial for, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, get exclusive content first on PS4. I got a text from him one night at like 2 in the morning. So this is why I'm imagining that this is probably what happened. He goes, what do you have these days? A PS4? Respond to him, Xbox One. He gives me a thumbs up, and I was like, why? And he didn't respond.
Nice.
So I know I'm getting something in a few days.
Awesome.
So I imagine he just, was staying up late at night. Was like, oh, I remember Will liking them old Call of Duty games. I'm going to give my boy a little something.
Yeah.
Bought me the copy of Black Ops 4, and it was just so sweet, Keith.
Dude.
It melted my heart. But
Robin.
shout-outs.
Robin is the man.
Yeah, dude, he's kind of a G.
I haven't not got to spend a lot of time with your dad, but the little bit of time that I have spent with him, he's a very stoic, lumberjack-looking type kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Robin, if you're out there, I've always appreciated the time I got to spend with you.
Hell yeah. Thanks for the Black Ops 4, Dad. It's awesome. It's actually really, Keith, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm not going to lie that there's no campaign in it.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that I could always play through it, have a good time. I know it's going to be fun no matter what, and I get some achievements out of it. Mm-hmm. The achievements in this game are kind of difficult. They want me to play Blackout. They want me to do a bunch of crazy stuff in zombies. I'm not big into zombies. Not big into Battle Royale, so I'll probably play Blackout at some point. But all my experience up to this point has just been from the multiplayer.
Sure.
And they've done a lot of... apparently, this is actually... They added this in Black Ops 3. It might have even been before. But before you pick your class now... Sorry, I'm going to quit popping this thing over.
Sure.
Set that down.
Fidgety.
Yeah, definitely fidgety. But before you pick your class now, you pick a soldier. And it'll be like, they all look like a certain way. Like there's this one chick with like short hair, short spiky hair. There's a dude with like a mustache, stuff like that. And you pick them, and they all have their own things. Like basically they pretty much have a sub-weapon. Like this guy has this kind of grenade, this guy has this kind of shield, this guy can do this thing. And it adds another layer to it.
They're like operators. They're like special dudes.
It makes it feel fresher. Mm-hmm. And also, so it hits me with that. It's like a fresh new Call of Duty experience in a way. And then it also hits me with nostalgia because I'm pretty sure all the old maps that they have in this game are from old Black Ops games. So I remember them from Black Ops 1 and the little bit I played from Black Ops 2, maybe some are from there. But a lot of the maps in this game are old maps. And they look really good. This is the first Call of Duty game in a long time. Like most of them, you can barely tell a difference between them because they all look the same. They're built on the same engine. But in this game, the colors really pop. They kind of bring back some of the old maps and make them look really interesting. Mm-hmm. And it hits me with nostalgia and just a wave of new or reinvigorated passion for Call of Duty in a way.
Wonderful.
I'm not all in. I'm not Splatoon 2 all in yet.
Yeah.
But I'm having a good time for the first time in a long time with the Call of Duty series.
And the sentimental value is pretty cool.
Yeah,
the coolest thing about it, I think, is that your dad thought of you and gave you that.
Yeah, unprompted, just really gave it to me. Yeah, so
I'm telling you, we talked about it during God of War. Every person.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you have a bad relationship with your father or no relationship with your father, I have to imagine that you wish you lived in a world where you did have a good one. And I think that's something innate in all humans. We all want a daddy. And it's cool when your daddy likes you.
And gives you Call of Duty Black Ops 4 because he saw it on late night commercials.
That is right.
Ah, that's a feel good moment, Keith, right there.
It is a feel good moment.
It's a feel good moment. All right.
Game Talks is known for those.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're known for a lot of things. That's one of them.
Absolutely.
So, Keith, we're about to get into another game, Keith.
Yes,
monumental
we are.
Game.
Monumental, Will.
But
my body tingles. What?
Your body tingles?
My body tingles for this game.
My body is ready. Okay. So, Keith, but before we get into this, there's a little something we got to do.
Absolutely.
Keith, we're talking about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Correct, my friend. Red Dead Redemption 2.
It's
People
here.
probably didn't know that based on the Red Dead Redemption 2 box.
Yeah. A little bit of foreshadowing.
Well, I would like permission, though I have this on. This hat makes my head look like it's 8 sizes too big. Do you intend for us to wear these for the duration of our conversation?
I did.
Then we will.
Okay.
Do not let me stop.
I don't want to debase us or anything, Keith. I don't want the folks at home to not take us seriously because of these hats.
But, that's true.
I want to be a respectable gaming outlet up in here.
I'm just afraid there are people at home looking at my head and thinking like, what a melon.
Yeah.
that guy, there's no way he was born naturally.
Keith, I feel the same way. This thing is barely sitting on my head. I feel like it might fall off at some point.
Okay. How about this? We're going to set him down.
We're going to set him down. It was a cute moment.
It was a cute
idea. We'll have him right here, though. Yeah. I can see him. See the top of him. There we go. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Get you a hat over the mic.
That's a good look. Let's not hide this girl, though. It's important.
Well, I'm getting a phone call from my wife.
Oh, man. Ignore it.
Okay. I'm going to ignore it for now.
Okay. What are we talking about, Keith? We're talking about your new wife, Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's correct.
Keith.
This game is taking a lot of my time.
Keith, I'm about 10 hours deep, I would say.
I'm not.
Okay.
Maybe I'd put myself at 5 or 6. Maybe
Okay.
not even that. Not even 5.
Okay. But Keith, you having a good time?
I love it.
We're gonna have a full on. Don't be concerned, folks. We're gonna once we beat it, we're gonna have a full on up to an hour discussion about it.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going through our first impressions.
Yeah.
We just scratched the surface of this huge game, but we're just gonna tell some amusing things that have happened to us.
It's amazing.
Yes.
This game is wonderful. This game is. I mean, the reviews speak for it already. 10s out of 10s out of 10s on 10s on 10s, and it's earned it. It's beautiful. This game is wonderful. It looks good.
Unlike anything I've ever played.
It plays great. And I think one of the great things about it is that you're not as superhuman as you once were. You're not as superhuman as you were in Red Dead Redemption. You're certainly not as superhuman as like Franklin or whatever in Grand Theft Auto. Like you need to eat. Like you won't starve to death.
Yeah.
But you need to eat to be able to perform to your utmost. Your horse needs to be cared for. You can only carry a certain amount of weapons, and I can't tell you how many times I've gotten off my horse and gotten somewhere and been like, "Man, I really wish I brought my rifle with me."
Yes.
But also when I think that, I'm not angry.
Yeah.
I think I'm like, that's
like,
my fault.
I gotta play by this game's rules.
I gotta play by the rules.
Yeah.
And it's good.
So immersive, Keith. I chopped wood for 5 minutes. Didn't even know that it was gonna. I mean, I figured like there would be some kind of my bond with my gang will increase. They'll like me more. I'll get better prices on something or something like that. But even before it told me that, I was like, I'm just going to chop some wood. And it felt good, Keith. Yeah. I'm RPing hard in this game.
I have not chopped wood, but I'm also trying to RP as hard as I can.
I have not gotten off my horse in a town anywhere and not hitched it. Always hitch my horse, Keith. Never leave it there.
Always hitch the horse. Yeah. I've hitched my horse to the ground before.
You can do that?
Yeah, you just hold down triangle anywhere and he sticks the thing in the ground.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Keith, would you like to hear about my horse?
Tell me about your horse.
His name's Carl.
His name's Carl.
Yes, I tried to name him Carl the Cuck after a meme because it's a funny meme. Let's be honest, but it wouldn't let me name him that, so I named him Carl.
Okay.
Carl is there's an achievement in this game for donating $250 to the gang. Mm-hmm. Right before I did the mission where your buddy takes you into town to buy a new horse, I had given the gang about $200. So whenever I went
that much?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I succeeded in a robbery. I think it was that train thing. I got a lot of money from that train robbery or something like that. And I was just like, I'm going to go ahead and get this achievement. So by the time I got to the horse buying place, the horse store, the only one I could buy was a really ugly one. He's really small and scrawny.
Dude, that's all I could buy too. That's who I've got. A little tiny little fella, like a pony.
Is yours like, he's kind of white with like brown spots on him?
No spots. Mine's all tan.
Mine's emaciated looking. And I gave him braids, but they totally look like little skimpy dreads. His mane is these little dreads, and he's got a big old thick braided tail.
Oh no!
And I'm saving up to buy him a saddle that is obnoxious. It's bright pink and yellow.
Oh,
and so Carl's my boy, dude. I'm trying to make him a meme within my own reality. But yeah, I love Carl. Shout outs to Carl.
I named my horse Sherlock.
Sherlock.
It was the first name that came to my head.
Yeah.
That's
the Kyle Bossman method of naming Pokemon.
I feel like he's small, but he's going to help me out a lot.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a maximum bond with old Carl.
I've got a maximum bond with
really?
I think so.
Already?
You told me? I mean, maybe it's because he's so small.
I did switch horses a few times.
Yeah.
But, I have a clip on my Xbox of me. I forgot what I was trying to do. I think I was trying to hitch Carl. And foolishly, I was like walking away from him, and I came back up to him, and I pressed a button, and I just smacked Carl in the ass. And I think he hasn't gotten over it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because I think you can make him flee. Like you can do that.
Yeah, he ran away, but I called him back, and I was like, yo, it's okay, Carl. It's okay. I started petting him. I brushed him a little bit, but he was not into the brushing. Yeah. He only let me do it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. You can I'm looking forward to a moment where I hop off my horse, and we just really gotten into some thick stuff, and I like smack his butt and say, get on now. And I'm like, Daddy's got to take care of business.
Have you taken your horse for a walk yet?
You can just
lead
him around. Yeah, I led him around.
It's fun.
I cut my hair.
You did? I cut my beard.
I'm letting the beard grow, but I gave myself because my hair was kind of long. Mm-hmm. I gave him a fade with a slick back on the top, and then I cut it all the way short, so he's got just a real short fade and just straight.
A fade in 1899.
No, it looks very Western.
Okay.
The way it looks real cool. And with his hat on.
Yeah.
I don't use his hat. I use the stalker hat.
Which one is that?
It's just like a more flat brimmed.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah,
I wear the gunslinger leather vest looking thing.
I got that too. I'm wearing that.
And then I wear some jeans. Mm-hmm. I took off that blue shirt, put on a gray one.
Dude, I think our guys probably look pretty similar.
I like this character, Will.
I do too. One thing that I love about this game, Keith.
Yeah.
Before we go, sorry, did you want to say something specific about Arthur Morgan?
Please.
The man Arthur Morgan? Okay. Well, I started thinking about Arthur Morgan. The thing I love about this game, Keith, whenever we watched the trailer, the first trailer they revealed, we sat down here and watched it. I said that it seemed to be very fluid in that it will just transition into a cutscene very quickly and then right back into gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm from an era in video games where a cutscene was a thing that you had a 20-second loading screen before it started. Mm-hmm. You were going to sit there for 5 to 10 minutes listening to stuff because that's your story for the next hour and a half of gameplay.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that. The way that this game just seamlessly transitions into like a 10-second little thing where you're not in complete control, right back into gameplay and back and forth and back and forth. There was one part where I took the black guy in our group. I took him to the bar.
Oh, God,
Have you done that?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you get drunk and you're blacking out and you're waking up and like everyone looks like Lenny and you're like, Lenny, where are you at? Keith, I was laughing so hard through that entire part. Just like I've never experienced a video game like this that takes those liberties. I guess we just couldn't do it before. The technology wasn't there. But this is like, God of War had a little bit of this feeling, but this is the most next gen. Like, we've made it. This is what video games can be now.
My single frustration is that there are some things that Arthur Morgan does that I would not do, but then I also remember that like I'm not Arthur Morgan. Like I'm playing a version of Arthur Morgan. I'm not playing Keith Melinder as Arthur Morgan.
Yeah.
I just thought about that with the whole bar thing.
You're being a good guy, though, right?
Oh, honorable. As honorable as I can be.
Okay. My innocent bystander count is about 6 right now.
Ouch.
Yeah. I've got an amusing anecdote for you, Keith.
What?
Did you want to say anything else about Arthur Morgan and why you like him?
I want to say I love his voice actor. Yeah. I love the way he says things. I love his humor. Mm-hmm. I like the way that he plays with the gang. Yeah. I like the way that like he'll say like, oh, when you go rescue somebody, like you tell him like I hate you, or essentially when you rescue one guy, he essentially is like, well, I would have let you hang or whatever. Yeah. But they told me to come out here and get you. That's that kind of humor.
Micah?
Where he's not Micah. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
I intend like there's a mission I recently did. I don't want to spoil too much, but you end up shooting up a whole town, and it's his fault.
Yeah.
During that mission, I aimed at him. I was hoping that during that mission, after we like shot like 2 cops, two lawmen.
15. Oh, my dead body count's higher than 6. Actually.
I'm just saying that in the beginning of this mission, you kill a bunch of guys on the way out of this town. But after we shot 2, I'm like, this is not who I want Arthur Morgan to be. And I aimed at Micah because he's being a real grade A douche. Mm-hmm. And I was hoping that the game was going to reveal to me that I could do that. But the reticle grayed out over him. I wanted to just blow him away right there.
So it made you kill cops. Like, is there any way you could have gone?
I could have hid, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and just let him take him out. No, because he'll die if you don't help him out. Did you have him die at all?
I haven't had any allies die.
Okay.
I've died several times.
I'm not very good at this game, Keith, to be honest.
I've died several times.
Yeah, I have as well.
You were going to say something else before I started talking about Arthur Morgan.
My amusing anecdote about murdering someone, Keith.
Yeah.
So I went through let me just explain it from the start. I pressed LT. I was like, how can I interact with this guy? I've greeted a lot of people, antagonized a few. I was like, I'm going to try and rob this guy because we're out here by ourselves. He's just crossing out his carriage. I'm like, he's probably got some goods in that carriage. Tried to rob him. I tried to threaten him. He was like, blah, 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 wasn't being receptive to it. Yeah. And then I hit threaten again. He pulls his gun on me. And so I'm like, well, man, you forced my hand. Yeah. Put the dead eye on him. 1 shot in his chest, 2 in the cranium. No, actually, I was using a double-barrel shotgun. 1 shot in the chest, 1 shot in the head. Keith, then it comes up and it says, hide the body or an investigation will start or something like that. So I'm like, man, I got to go do something with this body. I pick him up, throw him over my shoulder. His head is gone, Keith. And I'm just starting to feel bad for myself. I'm like, I should not have done this. I could have avoided this. Maybe I don't want to be this mean. I'm feeling bad. I'm taking him up this hill. I'm going to just set him under a tree because I don't have a shovel on me. I'm just going to set him under a tree and hope nobody finds him. And then this other guy comes by on his horse and it says, warning, witness. And I'm like, I tried to talk to him. I was like, this isn't what you think it is, buddy. Got this guy with no head on my shoulder. I'm like, this isn't what you think. And he's like, I'm getting out of here. And rides away and it's like witness escaping. I'm like, man, pull out my repeater. Pop him in the back, dead eye, go get him, and then I put them both under the tree, and then I just had to do a little soul searching for about the next hour. I just rode around on Carl. We looked at the lake for a while, and I was like, I don't know if I want to be this bad, because I just blew that gentleman's head off. Someone was rightfully scared, tried to run away, and I popped him in the back with a repeater. I was like, I want Arthur Morgan to be kind of a jerk, but this is next level.
Well, that's very funny, but this game, the way you can interact with every single person in this game can talk to you,
and you can
it
say
gives
multiple
every
things.
single one more weight.
Yeah.
Every kill to me has more weight.
You feel like these are real people you're murdering in a way that I've never felt in like a GTA style game. Or
like that's why all those cops that made me shoot down, I felt bad. I felt like these are like it feels like the world is alive. It feels like they were going home that night.
Yes,
but instead they're dead.
Yeah.
Because this guy wanted his pistols back, and that made me so upset.
Yeah,
like, I'm vowing that I don't want that to ever happen again.
Yeah,
it may.
It probably will.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do some dirty stuff in that game, I imagine.
But
my rationale for being, I want to be a jerk in this game, because in the original Red Dead, I was a good guy because I felt like the narrative kind of called for it. He was a reformed bad guy working with the cops to turn people in, blah blah blah. But in this one, since he's actively still in a gang, he's still a bad guy. Yeah. I want to live a little. You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably not my last innocent kill. Yeah. I'm probably going to have a little bit of fun with this game. Haven't tied anyone to the train tracks yet, though, but I want to.
Live a little. Blow a man's head off.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
I would like to tell an interesting story before, I don't know if we're about to tidy up.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I'd like to tell an interesting story where I realized that this game is... I mean, I was already there. But it was just another tick on this game is amazing. So
it's something else. It's truly something else.
So I'm riding around on Sherlock, and I see a man in the distance, and he's messing with his horse. I've tweeted about this. He's messing with his horse. Like, obviously something's wrong with his horse. So I ride up, and I slowly approach RP style, like I'm just traveling. Yeah. And I say, like, so I hold down L2. Like, what are my options? Greet, always an option. Or antagonize. This guy is holding his horse's foot behind him. I should have thought about this. But the guy's holding the horse's foot, and he's trying to scrape. He's like, come on now, I got to get this. Come on, boy, it's going to be all right, or whatever, talking to his horse. And the game is obvious because I shout this. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And as soon as I do, the horse kicks. And with a gut-wrenching thwack, kicks this guy in his head and just snaps his neck all the way around. And the guy flops to the ground. And then a puddle of blood appears beneath him, and that guy's not moving. And the horse is just standing there. I'm just like,
what have I done?
I'm just standing there on my horse. I was like, well,
come on, Sherlock. Shit happens.
I just keep on moving from there, man. It was,
little moments. Like, I feel like this game and Zelda just is constantly going to hit you with little moments.
That was 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That was like five seconds, that encounter. There was another one today. I was walking through a river, and there's this guy skipping rocks, and he's talking to himself about like a lover. He's like, I hate you, Mary Ann, you going out with all them, what are he's called, some drunkards or whatever he's called. He was angry, and I walk up, I walk over to him, I hang up without him and say, hey, how's it going, or whatever. And the guy's like, oh, excuse me, mister, I just like to be left alone. And then the guy says, all right, pardon, I understand that. And after he said that, I'm like, well, he said it. And so I just cruise on off. I was like, I don't know if there's a mission about to happen. I don't know what weird little things about, but he said he wants to be left alone. Arthur Morgan doesn't give one rip about this kid. Yeah. So I just mosey on through my river and go collect my bounty. Like, it was just stuff like that it makes the world feel alive. Like, I don't know if that kid's meaningful whatsoever in the game. He's probably not. He's probably just there for that little moment.
Yeah, in this game, I constantly think about it in more realistic terms than ever in a video game. I'm always thinking about when's the last time I slept. Yeah. I need to go sleep because it subtly affects your stats in those ways. Wake up in the morning, have a little bit of breakfast. Yeah. Got to. Most important meal of the day. Get on Carl. We're about to ride back to camp. Let me light a stogie, get my dead eye going a little bit more. Like, it's just so fun, Keith.
I changed my clothes because I thought I've been wearing these clothes for too long. And I changed my clothes.
Yeah, I did that too. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Every time that I take a bath at the hotel, Keith, I don't know, have you done that yet?
I'm not. I need
There's
to.
a lady that comes in and says, I can give you, the bath is 25 cents. She comes in, let's make it a deluxe bath for 50 cents.
Oh, boy.
It's not as X-rated as you would imagine. She literally just scrubs you down. Nothing. I haven't even been able to, I was like, is this the people that made Grand Theft Auto? Why can I not,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're all adults here, everyone.
We're all
but like,
adults
yeah, she just gives you a little bath, but you can totally do that. And every time that I take a bath, I'm like, give me that deluxe bath. Yeah.
I'm Arthur Morgan, man. I'm flush with cash.
Yeah.
I need to go make some money.
Even when I've only got $11.
Yeah, I need to make some money. I need
I need to too. Even the people that I robbed, though, I didn't get that much money from robbing them, so I don't really. Yeah. I guess you gotta know who to rob.
Well, I don't want to take too much from this game because we're going to really just cut a big swath through this thing and talk about it later on. I think we're good.
Yeah.
We're almost at 40 minutes, so we need to shut
don't
want
to get erased.
And I don't want to get erased, and I want to go back to my house at this very minute and play this game some more.
Yep.
So we got to finish up.
Okay. I think we're about to wrap it up, folks.
Everyone, we hope that you will try these games out.
For sure. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think. There's all kind of games.
Dabbling in this.
If you're gonna buy one, it needs to be this.
Yeah, let's be honest.
If you're gonna buy one of the games we've talked about ever, it's gonna be tough between Red Dead, Spider-Man, and God of War. But you really need to buy this.
You think this is a GOTY contender, Keith?
Oh, absolutely.
It could dethrone Spider-Man. The only game that's made you cry, it could dethrone it.
It will. If it dethrones it, it will be on technical prowess. This story, I don't think will affect me like Spider-Man. Yeah. But the game. And its structure, and its immersive, that may be enough. Yeah. Emotionally, Spider-Man will be the GOTY.
Okay, gotcha.
But, folks, in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you've enjoyed it. We hope that you will try these out and let us know what you think. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And why don't you don your hat for the end of this thing? We'll see you on the trail. We love you very much.